time on Video Game Logic, we have the Ultraman Towards the Future edition. Enjoy.
That is one intimidating kaiju. Okay, I think I still got this though. All I need to do is just lightly jump over top of him, kick him in the back of the head real hard, and hopefully his health bar deplenishes to 0. Then I can just give him the old Spectium Ray. Alright, so just gotta remember to jump ever so slightly. And yeah.
So does that mean I win?
I just tapped the jump button. The hell is he? Hey Rangers, welcome to Super Important News. My name's Steve. Ouch. Oh, that's my wrist. Sorry, continue.
We touching hands or something?
High five.
Just my finger.
Oh.
My name is
Explosion
Arnaz.
effects. And today we'll be going over the... Oh god, I forgot what his name is. The X Plus Daikaiju series Ultraman Greats. Also known as Ultraman Towards the Future.
Are you sure that's his name, Steve?
Ultraman Greats.
Okay.
He is not technically the US Ultraman. US Ultraman is a different Ultraman. Which, funny thing, we're just going to get into the packaging real quick. On the back, this is a part of a 1966 to 1999 collection with Ultraman, Ultra 7, Return of Ultraman, Ultraman A. That one I'm not sure of. Taro, Leo, the Ultraman, Ultraman 80, and then
America.
I hope they make that an X Plus. I want my Star Spangled Banner Ultraman. He even has a star instead of that time indicator.
America.
I feel like I need that one the most out of all of these at the moment. Outside of Ultraman Great, because the main reason I picked this up is just because I used to love watching the show when I was a kid. They're part of the figures. Only one of them have survived. Never actually had the Ultraman. Because, like, they showed up at KB toy stores randomly, and you just couldn't get a hold of him. Like, he was just always the one that was just sold out. And every time I could find one thereafter, it's always banged up to hell. And I don't feel like repainting it, even though that's probably what I should do. Oh. So when I saw that they're making the X Plus, I had to snap by this guy.
You know what I miss, Steve? KB toys.
In the Super Nintendo game?
You know what else I miss? Toys R Us.
It's fine. We're just all big kids now.
Back in my days, I used to go to Toys R Us to get my toys.
Sir, went there like last week to go get my toys. Just saying. They need to make a Gridman. An X Plus Gridman.
They need to make a lot of things.
I want my obscure guys, or the things that I would be more sought after. It's even like the Godzilla figures. Like, half the ones I don't care about. But just give me some of the random dudes. I'd be okay with that. But anyways, without further ado, for his packaging, also there is a Rick Boy, but I just got the standard version.
Boo, Steve.
Next video is going to be a Rick Boy, though. My first one ever.
What is it?
We'll get into it in a little bit.
Because I thought the next video...
He might have a comparison here.
Because I thought the next video that we're doing was that stupid alien thing.
That's for Geek Chest.
That's not
other
a
channel.
Comparison, Steve.
Other channel.
That's
for
not...
the package. I can't understand a word the front says. X Plus soft vinyl figure. You got the Subaraya sticker on the bottom side here. Pretty much tells you exactly what it says on the back. Opposite side, mostly the exact same. Back of the package, more crap I couldn't understand. Some nigga mumbo jumbo, and white on the bottom. So let's get into the figure since the prison's currently closed. Alright, so first and foremost, when we get into Ultraman here, he comes with a stand. Now, funny thing.
He needs a stand.
He definitely needs the stand. His feet, I gotta shift the lighting because I wasn't really meant to focus on him right now, but they're a little cockeyed on the bottom. Now, I could probably heat that up and maybe get the shape right, but straight out of the package, the stand is going to be a necessity. But for the stand, you have what looks like 3 interconnected circles. It almost looks like he stands on top of a puddle. But you got 2 little pegs here for the stand, so you can pretty much hook him into whatever. Initially, I thought his feet would go into there. Kind of like old action figure style, but it doesn't really have anything on the figure here. For the stand, you get this articulated little rod with some clamps at the top. Thing is, this pops off real easy. Like, it hooks in, but if you try to adjust this while also trying to hook Ultraman to it, it's not going to work out too well, so you kind of have to get everything in position and then just slide Ultraman into this. But definitely appreciate the accessory because for the most part, it's a necessity that we needed for this figure anyways. And moving on to Ultraman Great himself for his closer details.
Steve?
What?
Why does he look like he has glitter all over him?
Because he does have glitter all over him.
Why?
He's a shiny Ultraman.
I'm confused. What's going on?
Because with his paint job, well, just the way he was in the series. Because for the paint job for the suit, it has this metallic flake on the inside. So it looks very reminiscent of like a sports car for his entire paint job for the reds and the very bright grays.
Looks like Unicorn farted on top of him and the glitter's still stuck on him.
Could be. No, I think about it. Has Ultraman actually ever fought a unicorn-looking thing? I think there was something in the original show that was very, like, reminiscent of a horse. God, I can't think of the kaiju, though. It's been so long. I need to watch more Ultraman. For sure. But for his head sculpt, looks awesome. It's definitely more traditional Ultraman colors with the standard metallic gray. You got some translucent, sort of like a cream color for the eyes, where it has a little bit of a wash to it, but it looks really nice. Helps to replicate the suit, where you even have his lips, which has a little bit more of a gap than what I'm used to seeing in most other Ultramans. It looks like he has like a little, like he's trying to talk. Kind of has a Muppet look to his face. Also, his ears on the side here have a little bit of a C pattern, but I like too that it's very ear shaped for this one, because you even have like the eardrum sticking on the side there.
Was that like that in the show?
Yeah, this is like straight from the show.
God,
because you even have like the suit, you even have like the wrinkles here for the suit where his arms are folding in. Looks really nice. And on the back, you can kind of see that I don't think the head is originally attached to the figure and it connects to the body from what it appears, because there's definitely a little bit of a gap there. But nothing too crazy to be really distracting. It just looks like he's wearing a helmet.
We're going to have to watch this, Steve. This show looks weird enough for me to actually...
You never watched Towards the Future?
No, I only watched certain Ultramans.
But it's so cool. You play the video game at least, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like everybody's played. Well, anybody that is a kaiju fan that is of our age in the 30s has probably played Ultraman Towards the Future. One other thing that looks like that's at least weird for his pose, and I completely forgot about this, but he, like, you know how Ultraman has like that where he like crosses his arms for the Spectium ray? He's holding his wrist and looks like he's about to finger blast something.
Oh, he's gonna finger blast something.
He's like spirit gun. Oh. But looks really nice. It's just very like compact looking. Like just there isn't much like width to this figure, which is nice because he's not going to take up much shelf space for being a 25 centimeter figure. But he does wear gloves on his hands, which again is a little bit strange for Ultraman.
If it does not fit, I quit.
Okay, OJ. But for the rest of the suit, it's done a little bit of a brighter grays and reds. The detailing and design look really cool. Very, like, initially what I remember from him, I thought he looked pretty much like Ultraman, but it was just like he was Australian. But there's definitely a lot more going on to the pattern of the suit.
He also has boots on. I noticed that too.
Yeah, well, it's like...
And they seem different color, or is that just me?
No, there's some maybe slightly darker red. Like, slightly. But yeah, because usually it's like one piece of the suit, or he has like one long, like everything's kind of interconnected. Well, it seems like this Ultraman like got dressed and then became Ultraman. Like it's very superhero looking. More
okay
so
with
than
that.
being actually like how the alien looks.
I'm okay with that, actually.
Looks fine. You also have his time indicator here, which is also very strange because it's like a little pendant with the gem on the inside, which is a little bit more different looking than some of the other Ultramans where it's just kind of like the orb sticking in their chest. Well, this one definitely appears to be more like a gem.
It looks like he made it himself.
Yeah, it looks like he had an accessory that is what became his time indicator, which I think is how it worked in the show. He had a pendant.
It was from his late wife who got killed by the alien. So he made it into that.
How did you know?
That's his backstory, Steve.
I think he's watched the show.
We should.
I'm lying. Anyways, also has a very form-fitting suit too.
Okay, I got a question. Turn him sideways. What happened to his butt cheeks? They kind of just Went inside.
There's there. He's got a huge upper back, but just like nothing. Like he needs to definitely do some more squats.
There's something wrong.
Well,
there.
also he.
I was trying to avoid that, Steve. You had to point it out.
Well, because they were like the. I forget what it's called, but it's like a cup, but it's supposed to be. It's for like dancers and stuff like that. So you're not poking, but he's poking a little. But everything else, like again, it's very contort where you can definitely see the sides of the suit kind of wrapping around the body here. And definitely for being an older, well, semi-older Ultraman, he's definitely very fit looking.
He works out. That's okay.
Which is really cool to see. But that's pretty much it for the details. Zero articulation.
That's not true. Put his hands down. Look at that. Bam. He can take his hand off the wrist.
Stop rubbing the paint, damn it. Also on the bottom here, you have where the Rick Boy accessory would go into.
What's that?
Well, it's usually what it is. It's like a little, looks like an earphone plug. On a stand, you would hook him into it, and then that would give you his light up feature. And you'd have like a battery pack built into the stand, and then all the electronics would be in here.
So if we take the bottom off, he possibly could be turned into Rick Boy? Because there's a plug.
No, he's hollow.
No, he's not.
Definitely hollow.
Nope.
100%.
You don't know until you open the bottom, Steve. Right, subscribers? I think Steve needs to open it and find out.
But then I would be like, okay, well, there's nothing there. Maybe if I like cut the figure in half, maybe I'll find the accessories.
Exactly.
No.
One step further, Steve.
No.
You could have got the special one. You don't know.
No. And for some quick comparisons, here we have the X Plus Daikaiju series Ultraman Great compared next to some 30cm X Plus figures with Titanosaurus and Godzilla 1999. And here's next to some 25cm scale figures with Gabara and Burning Godzilla. And here's some Bandai vinyls with Ultraman and Bemular. And here's some Ultra X figures with Ultraman Zero and Gridman. And finally here is with some SH Figure Arts Ultraman figures with the original Ultraman and Ultraman Geed. So overall for the X Plus Daikaiju series Ultraman Great, I think this guy is a wonderful X Plus.
How much was he?
He was about 100.
How much is the Rick Boy?
Probably like 130-ish.
Wait.
More than likely.
So for $30 you cheaped out on an epic lighting system, Steve?
But also I would have to send it to a third party to get it to send to me.
Never mind. We're
So
good with this
I
one.
say it's 130. It's not really 130.
It's 180.
Yeah, like 182. Like if I like Big Bad, you'd probably be paying like 160, 260 for it.
Oh, we're good with this.
More than likely. Showcase Daikaiju usually has them for a pretty reasonable deal. But for the standard version, I kind of wish he could stand by himself because having the stand wrap around isn't the most pleasant look. But for the way the figure at least came in, it's kind of a necessity. But the figure's detailed really nicely. Looks pretty much straight ripped from the TV show, which is really what you want to see with these X Pluses. Maybe could have slightly cleaner seam lines, like especially in the shoulder area. But because of the way the suit's designed, it's not a really distracting thing.
But even over his like letdowns, like the seam line, if you would say, and the whole standing thing, he's not actually a bad figure. I like him.
Yeah, no, I'm very happy to get him. If you guys were into the old Super Nintendo game or even the TV show, he's definitely an awesome addition to your collection. But what do you guys think? If you guys watch Ultraman Great, who's your favorite Ultraman? Or is Zone Fighter just my thing? Please let us know in the comments. We'll closer pictures of this guy on our Facebook. You want to click the link in the description below. We also have our Patreon account exclusive prints for the channel, also down in the description. And help us defeat those kaijus by hitting that like button, subscribe, become a ranger today. See you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.